Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make this ultimate Reese's cake. So this cake has every type of Reese's candy that I could think of. I went a little bit crazy in my candy aisle and I'm putting all of them inside of the cake and I'll be decorating the cake with them. So I started off with my go-to chocolate layer cake recipe and I made 4 8-inch cake rounds. I'm frosting each round with my peanut butter buttercream recipe, and then I'm drizzling a ton of my chocolate ganache over that. On top of my first cake layer, I added in some classic Reese's peanut butter cups. So I added as many as I could fit, and then I added a bit more frosting on top of that to make sure that there isn't any space between my cake layers that's left unfilled. Once I had smoothed out that second layer of frosting, I continued to build my cake. So next came another layer of my chocolate cake recipe. And as I was assembling this cake, I smoothed the overhanging frosting between the layers. This cake has a ton of frosting between the layers because of all the candies that we're going to be filling it with, and it just makes it a little bit easier to stack if you smooth the sides as you go. I continued this process as I added on my second cake layer, and once my peanut butter buttercream was nice and smooth, I added on some more of that chocolate ganache, but between this layer I decided to add some miniature white chocolate Reese's. So these come in a bag and they're already unwrapped, so they're really easy to add onto your cake. I gently pressed these into my frosting and then added a bit more frosting over the top, again just to make sure that there's no air between my cake layers. So I decided to add like every type of Reese's candy I could think of, but if you really prefer one type, like you love the classic big peanut butter cups, you could always fill the entire cake with that and decorate it with them. I just really wanted to kind of highlight all the different types of Reese's that are out there. So for my third layer, I wanted to add some Reese's Pieces just to add a bit of color, and also they give a great texture. So I smoothed my last bit of buttercream over these just to make sure that they stayed in place, and then I added my final cake layer on top. So once everything was stacked, I began working on my crumb coat, and for this cake, since it has so much filling, it's really important that you add on a crumb coat and you let it chill thoroughly so that you can get a really nice smooth finish with your second coat of frosting. If you guys want to see an in-depth tutorial on how I smooth frosting onto my cakes, you can click the link in that upper right corner. So we're actually going to be adding a pattern to the sides of this cake using an icing comb, so your frosting doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but the smoother it is, the better that the pattern that we kind of carve in with the icing comb will stand out. Before we use the icing comb, I decided to make some vertical lines using my bench scraper that were spaced about an inch apart. Next, I used the side of my icing comb that had a uniform pattern on it, and I dragged it up and down the sides of the cake, going about 1 inch above the cake and then back down to the cake base. This creates a really fun zigzag pattern that, to me, reminds me of the wrapper of a Reese's candy. It also removes a little bit of the frosting. I smoothed out the top using my large offset spatula, and I then began working on what I consider my Reese's gradient. So I started with my chocolate Reese's around the base. I then added the white chocolate Reese's on top of that, and I topped the whole thing off with Reese's Pieces. So I first made my vertical lines up the side following my indentations, and I then kind of filled in with other Reese's that I'd cut in half. I really love the way the cake looked with the bits of exposed peanut butter. I think it adds a great contrast and really makes the cake look playful. To top the whole thing off, I added classic Reese's peanut butter cups around the top of the cake. I was able to fit about 7 around the top, and I then piped some buttercream on top of them using a Wilton 4B frosting tip. I decided that 1 swirl simply wasn't enough, so I ended up adding 2 on top of each peanut butter cup. I also wanted to fill in the space between the peanut butter cups, and I decided to do that by adding in some chopped up Reese's Pieces. And that's it, my ultimate Reese's cake is complete. To stay true to the whole Reese's theme, I used an orange knife to cut into this cake, and I'm so excited to show you the slice because you're gonna see just how extreme the cake to buttercream ratio is in this. So it's literally equal parts, if not more, buttercream than cake, but that's just how I like my cake. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to click the like button, and if you don't already, also be sure to click that subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next tutorial.